Hello and welcome back to Speaking Tips with Ravi. Today, I would like to share how do you prepare or organize a speech. I'm going to cover two topics. One, a speech which is short, like table topics, or you have been asked to share something about yourself with a host of other participants, and each one is given approximately 1 to 2 minutes time. The second one is where you have been asked to make some formal presentation of your ideas, but the time is limited to anywhere between 5 to 15 minutes. Let's start with the short one, where it is more about expressing your views or answering a question. The question can be, our city has passed the XYZ law. Please share us whether you support or oppose the law. In these situations, here is what I would like to suggest. First, come up with a response. And mind you, you do not have a lot of time to think about it. So, your belief, your study of the current laws or the current situation is going to guide you. What you, as a speaker, or your personality as a human being, is going to put some characteristic to the way you represent your response. So, let's say the question is, do you agree or disagree with the law? I would say something like this. Thank you, Joseph. In my opinion, I am not in agreement with the law. And here is the reason why. And this is where you give a short description of what the law is and what makes you feel about your position. So, Joseph, the law was created with the intent of serving these citizens. But the way I see it is, as I drive to work, as I live in this community, it's not going to help me. It's going to harm me. So, what you have done is you have answered the question. Now you're preparing a response, a kind of a backup to your why you think a certain way. So, answer the question, come up with the why or how, and then in the end, you want to end with your message. So, Joseph, considering with all these challenges we have, I would like to oppose the law or I'm not in agreement with the law. Thank you, Joseph. Over to you. So, what I've demonstrated is coming up with a response, coming up with a nice justification, and then ending your short talk with a summary. Now, let's say if you have a presentation which is more formal in nature, you can have visual aids like PowerPoint, or you can even have some other like a chart or a model, or even some prepared products that you can share with the audience. In that case, the formula I use is 3 by 3. So your speech or your presentation is divided roughly into three parts: the opening, the body, and conclusion. The opening is where you're trying to get the attention. And you can start by simply saying, hello, friends. I'm glad to see you today. Today, in my presentation, I'm going to talk about product XYZ. While talking about this product, I would like to share three characteristics of this product. Now, friends, what I just did was I opened up my talk with an opening where I welcomed everyone, briefly talked about what's going to be in my presentation. And this is the key because you are trying to set up the audience. You're telling them what to expect in your presentation. Next, you want to go into the body of the presentation. And this is also important that when you are going from opening to the body, you want to do a nice transition. So let's go straight into the characteristics. Here is characteristic number 1. This product can help you with your daily tasks. And this is where you can engage the audience. You can ask questions or you can set up a situation. John, you may have come across so many things that there are times when you find it difficult. I find it difficult. This is where you are trying to connect with the audience. When you share your personal story, the audience can relate to that, and they are going to use that situation to know something about what you are presenting, in this case, your product. So let me tell you how this product helped me, and you become an example in this first part of the body of the speech. You talk about this presentation. If it is a 6 minute to 7 minute presentation, I would say spend about 2 minutes. If you are going to have three portions in your body, then each segment will take about 2 minutes. And let's go back to the introduction, which may take 30 seconds, and the conclusion, which is 30 seconds as well. You can always adjust it depending on the availability of time. So have equal parts in your body of the speech. So once you have done the first part or the first characteristic, this is where you want to transition into the next characteristic. So now that I have told you about characteristic number one, let's talk about second characteristic, which makes this product unique compared to other products. I have had the opportunity to test many other products of a similar kind. Friends, what you're trying to do is take your personal experience to the next level, where you are justifying something from your personal experience in your speech to bring the audience with you. And always using your personal experience does help. It has helped me because when I put myself in the picture, I can then take my audience on a journey. And the journey here is talking about a particular characteristic. So once I've compared the product with other products, which is my story number two or characteristics number two. Once I'm done with that, then I move on to the third one. Now that you have seen how it solves the problem and how it compares to other products, now let's talk about where do you get this product? I would say this product is unique, and sometimes the marketing company takes time to make it available to you. But I know of a place where this product can be available. There is a brochure next to the door or with the host. Please make sure you pick up that brochure, and it has information about where the vendor is or the list of available vendors in the city. So, what I have covered today, and this is where you are summing up all the three stories and moving more towards the conclusion. Fellow Toastmasters, what I have taught today is the product itself. How does it help me or help you? How does it compare to other products? And where can you find it? If you would like to do some trial with this product, or if you'd like to have some questions, I'll be happy to answer them. But let me assure you, I am a personal user of this product, and I hope you get to use this product sooner. Friends, this was just a demonstration where I used the example of a product and selling to write a speech or develop a speech. You can have so many other ideas. For example, if you are having a call to action, you want your group to take some action or go on a demonstration or even go help a cause. Let's say Feed My Starving Children or some other nonprofit organization where you're calling for volunteers. So again, the formula still remains the same. You open up with talking about the cause or brief description, how three ways the cause will help an individual, and finally, the call to action. Like, I hope you'll join me on Thursday to go to this event and make it a grand success. I'm counting on your support. So today in my presentation, I covered how do you develop a short talk like a table topics, and how do you prepare or organize a longer presentation. Remember, you start with your ideas, you justify the ideas, and you end with a summary. With a longer presentation, give a brief introduction, talk about your ideas, divide them into equal segments, and then end on a note where you are going to call for action or some sort of a message for the audience. Hope you found this organizing your presentation thought helpful. Please do leave me a comment as well as let me know what other kind of tips or other questions do you have about speaking, and I can address that. Happy to share them. Thanks again for visiting Speaking Tips with Ravi. Have a wonderful presentation. Bye now.